So today I want to talk about the controversial topic of painkillers and exercise. So if you do a lot of exercise, you struggle with niggling injuries and you resort to painkillers or anti-inflammatories, keep on watching, keep on listening. Hopefully this will be good for you. Welcome back to consecutive day 1724 of a diary of a runpreneur. And today's topic is all about the controversial topic of exercise and painkillers or anti-inflammatories. But before we get into the topic, don't forget that this is part of a fundraiser of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, a distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style. More people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save. So thank you as always for your support, and let's get back to the topic at hand. So first and foremost, apologies for the gasping of breath. I'm currently at 1500 meters elevation above sea level, so the oxygen is a bit thinner, and I'm partway through a run where I get an additional 222 meters of elevation gain, which is pretty brutal in a 7.5 kilometer run. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. Yesterday's vlog, if you saw it, was about arguably one of my hardest runs ever. And the reason it was so challenging was because I pulled my hamstring while skiing, and I was having to do this horrendous run as part of it. And I've now got a minor calf strain, but I think in my right leg, which is opposite to my left hamstring, and I think that's because I've been overcompensating. But I have to be very, very careful. But it's a controversial topic today because whilst I was skiing today, I generally didn't think I was going to be able to do it. I generally didn't feel I was going to be able to run. And I resorted to taking a couple of ibuprofen tablets, which are painkillers, but they have anti-inflammatory kind of elements to them. So they're quite good when you have muscular or injuries where you've got swelling or inflammation. And they can kind of quell or quash the inflammation, which can obviously aid recovery. They're also painkillers as well, so they mask the pain. And this is where I think the topic gets quite controversial. The argument being that if you take painkillers when you're injured, it can potentially mask the pain you're experiencing, and as a result, you can push yourself harder than you should be because you're not feeling the same level of pain you would have felt without them. Now, pain is an indicator. Now, if you do something usually and you feel pain, your body's telling you stop doing this or do whatever you're doing a lot easier or gentler because it's really hurting me. And it's telling you that so you don't do yourself any more damage. Now, when you take painkillers and it kind of numbs the pain to a degree, you can push through it thinking you're okay, when in actual fact, you're actually doing yourself more damage. So this is where you have to be really, really careful. So although I have no doubt in my mind that the ibuprofen tablets I took today have helped me on the slope, certainly, and I took one more tablet before this run, but I am consciously aware that the discomfort level may be muted a degree, so I'm still taking it as easy as I possibly can to ensure that I don't do myself any further damage. So I suppose keep it short and sweet because these runs are so challenging for me at the moment with all these niggles and injuries and etc. So the learnings from my diary today are that if you are considering taking painkillers when doing exercise or anti-inflammatories when doing exercise to try and kind of help with an injury or a niggle or for you to get through something, be very, very cautious in your approach. Be very mindful that you could be doing yourself more damage if you've muted the level of pain so you're not feeling it as you should. You push yourself too hard, you can do yourself longer term damage. So always be very mindful of that. Now, where I will say anti-inflammatories are particularly useful if you've got muscular related injuries or anything where there's an inflammation in your body, they can help reduce that. So I certainly wouldn't go, advise to not take them, but I wouldn't advise to take them. I think, make sure you get the right level of guidance from specialists, i.e. doctors, physios or whatever. But anti-inflammatories, I see there being a logic to taking them. But the pain-killing elements of ibuprofen, for example, which is an anti-inflammatory pain-killing medication. Be very, very mindful with pain-killing medication when you're injured or ill or feeling nauseous or anything, because you could be doing yourself more damage because your body's not giving you the same level of feedback that it would do without that medication. So I hope that all makes sense. I hope that's useful. Any questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Do remember though, if you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, the distance of lap of the world, barefoot style, do give this a subscribe, share, like and comment. More people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy. I'll see you again tomorrow.